Welcome back. In continuation to this basic cloud series where we covered the basics, today we are going to discuss about the basic terminology that we use when we are working on cloud operations. And I will start with these very basic but very important terminologies because these are the names that you will be hearing during the course and also when you are working with any other cloud service provider. So like the few names here are on-premise, ISP, VM, compute instances, compute resources like memory, RAM, storage, operating system that we covered already in my previous chapters, and management console. I will explain all these terminology using some graphics, some images. So let's go to next slide. So on-premise, what does on-premise mean? So it is referred to the IT infrastructure like servers, network, storage, power, etc., which is running your applications, but these are hosted inside your own data center, inside your own building, inside your own office premises. So that is called as on-premise, and that is owned by the organization itself. However, there are sometimes services given by some dedicated data centers also, but still the hardware maintenance, the internet services, everything you have to pay for that. So that is what is called as on-premise. And so that means in on-premise, if we talk about all the blade servers, all the equipments what you can think about, like we already discussed about data center. So all these equipments are owned by the business itself, and even the running application, of course, which are running on top of these compute servers inside your own premises. So this is what is on-premise. Now another one in the list is ISP, that is Internet Service Provider. So Internet Service Provider is referred to as a company or a group or organization that actually provides you the internet, and they charge for you per bandwidth you use. Like let's say if you have 1 Mbps link, you have 100 Mbps link, you have 1 Gbps link. Based on that bandwidth, you will be charged by the Internet Service Provider. So Internet Service Provider is providing internet services to your houses, to your home, to your server, to office building, to small businesses, colleges, universities. So everywhere, if you want to take internet connection, that is coming through ISP. Few of names for internet service providers are like Reliance Broadband, Airtel, Vodafone, AT&T. So these are few of the popular names which are active in providing the internet to your house or to your business. Next in the list is VM, or compute or instance. So what is this VM or compute or this instance? So this is referred to as a hypervised means a virtual machine which is running on top of some software using the physical resources. We call that virtual computer also, and or sometimes virtual machine. This virtual machine has different names on different cloud platform. Like let's say if we talk about Microsoft Azure, here they call Azure Virtual Machine. If we talk about AWS, they call it Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud or instance. And there are different type of instances like instance X1 instance, Amazon EC2. All these are the synonyms as per the resource availability for these instances on Amazon. Same way Google Cloud Platform, and they call it Google Compute Engine. So they call their virtual machine as Google Compute Engine. Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, they call Oracle Cloud Virtual Machines. So they also have different variety of virtual machines based on different images. Virtual machine Flex VM, virtual machine GPU, virtual machine generic. So there are different categories, but all these are the virtual machines, and they have bit of different naming conventions. So you see here different cloud providers have different naming conventions, but ultimately they are serving same purpose, that is running your operating system, and on top of that your applications. Next in the list is compute resource. So what is the meaning of compute resources? So here we are referring basically to memory, RAM, and storage. So every VM has these components like vCPU, virtual RAM. Why I'm using here V is because we are talking about virtual environment, virtual compute, which is running virtually somewhere but do not physically exist. That is running under soft layer. So that's why we call that virtual machine. So all these resources are also virtual. Then virtual disk is there, virtual CD-ROM is there if required. However, nowadays it's not that much required, but still if you need it, you can have it in your virtual machine. Virtual network interface card that provide the network connectivity. So all these are the compute resources. When you create a VM, these resources are considered while you are just creating a new VM. Next in the list is operating system. We have covered operating system in detail, so here I will not go in detail. You can refer to my previous video, and in the description I have already mentioned that. But like different operating systems, you can see here paid and open source. HP UX, Windows 11, Red Hat Linux, these are paid one. SUSE has open as well as paid license, Linux, and a few other CentOS, Oracle Linux are the open operating systems. Next in this list is management console. Important one, because management console is the landing page for you when you opt for a cloud service provider. So let's say if you want to have some VMs or some application running on Amazon cloud infrastructure or maybe Microsoft Azure infrastructure, how you will manage that. So the first step is to get into the consoles. We call that management console. It is actually your landing area for your cloud service provider. So like for Azure, this is how it looks like, a kind of dashboard that gives you a glimpse about all your resources that you are using for your cloud provider. Same way if we talk about Amazon, then this is how it looks like. It is giving your EC2 instances, your other services that you are availing on Amazon Web Services. So this was a brief overview, and in course of this journey, we might come across few more terminologies. Then I will be covering that further. But I encourage all of you, and I hope that you listen to this video completely and entirely to understand the basics. Once your basics will be clear, then it's more easy for you to get started with the practical sessions. So I really encourage you again that listen to all these chapter 1, 2 and 3. These are more theoretical, but they are laying a foundation for you to understand actually how the cloud operations are being performed by a ops engineer, a DevOps engineer or a cloud engineer. And further now we will take steps to get started with the Amazon Web Services. Thanks for watching this video. Do share and like this video, and I'll see you in my next chapter. Thank you.